Good morning. My name's Cliff Everett. I'm an authorised representative with a dealer group which is part of one of the major banks. I'm a sole practitioner, and recently I came to the conclusion that it was about time I retired. I'm 68 years of age, and of course approached my dealer group, who in turn came up with a prospect which I considered totally unsuitable. I also had dealings with another dealer group, and they were also unsatisfactory. I then felt that a third party, an intermediary, a broker, whatever you're going to call them, would be suitable, and I spoke to several parties about this, and eventually came across Steve Fine. I put him through the hoop a bit, gave him quite a strong inquisition as to his suitability. I think it's very important that you spend time in this area, because they are going to represent you and your business. The second thing that Steve helped me with, which was very, very beneficial, was the preparation of the business for sale, and he went well beyond my expectations in the help he gave me at this time. And again, it is very important that you present your business in the best light to get the best price, so it's pretty obvious. I think the other thing that sticks in my mind, that a comment that Steve made at that point, was that you've got to be seen to be fair dinkum about selling your business. It's no good going about half-cocked or think, well, let's see what price I could get, etc., etc. You really need to be determined to be selling. Quite a lot of preparation. Again, Steve was most helpful in that area, and subsequently he put out some preliminary information for people to gauge whether or not they were interested in the business. I think the prospects that Steve arranged were very good. There was a widespread. There were advisors from dealer groups, quite large dealer groups. There were individual practitioners with their own license, and I think in the end we conducted 6 to 7 interviews with prospective buyers, which was far in excess of whatever I could have achieved. As I say, up to that point in time, over a period of 6 months, I'd managed sort of 2 prospects which had not developed. Within a 3-month period, Steve had 6 to 7 candidates. Steve was again very useful and sat in on the interviews. This was as a sole practitioner, you have very few people to talk to, particularly in this area, and again, you have very little experience. It's not that you're out selling the business every day of the week, and again, this is a strength that Steve brings to the transaction, that he has spoken with other or been involved in other transactions and can give advice. We would compare notes following the interview, and we would, rate candidates on their suitability and whether they were serious about it. And if they were, we then provided further information, more detail on the business. We asked them then to come back to us, and in a couple of cases we then conducted a second interview, and then we made a final selection on an organisation that we felt was the best for me, not only in terms of the compatibility, but also on their ethical approach, and all those factors that go in bringing together a contract where both parties are in agreement and happy to proceed. At that point, Steve still had an involvement, and again, one I appreciate. Whilst it wasn't a legal advice, it was also very useful to discuss various aspects of the proposed contract with him, again drawing on his experience in other situations. Eventually we got a contract which was agreeable to all parties, signed it, and I'm now in the process of transferring clients to the new organisation.